Hello and welcome to ITC TechShare. I'm Tom Grissom. Today I would like to do an overview of a website we recently featured on our Tech Talk for Teachers podcast. The name of the website is called classroomscreen.com. So if I just zoom in up here and take a look, all you need to use this is just a browser. So let me go ahead and get out of my zoom view. Whenever you go to classroomscreen.com, most teachers have a projector in their classroom, and as the name implies, this is a classroom screen to project at the front of the room, and you have these little widgets. Down at the bottom, you'll see a tray of the various widgets and things. So let me very quickly go over these. On our recent Tech Talk for Teachers podcast, I gave an audio description. However, I had a couple of emails from some listeners, so they requested me do a screencast. So here it is. So first of all, let's go down to the bottom of the tray. We can select a language. Obviously, I'm going to select English here. We can also select a background. So let me just go ahead and see the little X. Once I click on something, I can click the little X to get rid of it. So it's like a little toggle switch. If we go to the background, you can see I have a number of different backgrounds. So let me just choose the Statue of Liberty here. However, we can also go to background and upload a picture. If we have one that we would like, let me just go ahead and choose Eastern Illinois University, our old main building. Looks like a castle. So I can leave this as my background. Continuing on from the left to the right, we have a random name generator. So whenever I click on that, that brings me this little pop-up where I can type in names. So I'm just going to type in just some names real quick. So Tom, Joe, Jenny, Sally, and we'll just leave it there. And then you can see that it says choose. So whenever I select choose, it will randomly pick a name. This time it chose Sally. Click choose again, and this time it picked Joe. Keep clicking on it, choose. There's Tom, choose again, there's Jenny, Tom again, Jenny again, Tom again, Joe, and so forth. So this is nice because in the classroom kind of helps you keep from playing favorites and things, and it also keeps the students on their toes. It's like, is the teacher going to call on me next? So this is a random name generator. Once again, if I click on the little X, that's a toggle switch that I can get rid of that. I also have a sound level. So this one requires you to give permission for the computer to listen because it uses a microphone, and you can set a base level of sound, and if the students go above that in the room, you'll see a little red bar and thing pop up. I won't go ahead and demonstrate this, but let's go ahead and go to the next one. A QR code. Let's get rid of the sound level. You can make a QR code of any website that you would like. So it's eiu.edu/ITC. Whenever I click on that, that will give me a QR code, and if you have a mobile app on your phone, you can take a picture of that, or you could print it out and the students can take a picture of it, and it will take you to whatever website that you listed. So that's kind of a handy feature. The next two I don't really use that much because we use a touchscreen, and I find that they're not very responsive, but it's kind of like a whiteboard or a drawing board. So, like I said, you can use this with a mouse. However, it's pretty crude the way that the way the screen interacts with the pen. You can also just type some text out there. So, just a little text editor. Just want to write a little note at the front of the room, post up there for your students to see. The next one is symbols for silence, whisper, ask neighbor, or work together. So a little classroom management tool. If you want to go into whisper mode, you can pop this little symbol up there, and then whenever you want the room to be quiet, you can say silence. Just kind of a reminder for the students. The same thing with the stoplight. You can say red, yellow, or green, and you can have a code for each one of those colors and things. Just kind of again, a helpful little classroom management tip. Something teachers use quite a bit is timers. So I'm going to go out here, and I have a timer here. So I can come out here, and let's just set this to 10 seconds. And if I click on the little sound symbol, the speaker, I can choose different symbols. And let me just go ahead and select the Mario symbol. So we can select that, and we'll just do a countdown here. So just click the little play button or start, and it will go ahead and count down 10, 9, 8. It gives us a nice little picture of a sound. This could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you want it to do for group work or whatever. Okay, so there we go. Let's click on the X, and then finally we have a clock just to put up there if you want to have the students informed of what time it is. Now, one other that a lot of people miss on classroomscreen.com, off on the right hand side, you see this little symbol here, looks like a circle with some symbols inside of it. If I click on that, that takes me to essentially an exit poll. This is very handy, especially in our College of Education classrooms where we have touchscreens, because you can have students come up here and essentially record their vote. So you have various symbols out here. We can do like a yes/no question, or we can do like a 3-level question, 4-level question, or like a Likert type scale. And then what I would suggest doing, since all of our classrooms have touch screens with arms, maybe at the end of the lesson as an exit question, you could post a question up here, and you can change this. This is customizable, so you could change it. But what did you think of today's lesson? And then as a student walks by, they can click on the appropriate symbol. So I'm going to click on a happy face, not so happy face, neutral face, sad face. And then every time that I press this is being recorded. And then once all the students have essentially voted as they walk by, as they're exiting the classroom, you can say show results, and that gives you a little bar graph here. And then one last thing, you can come up here if you want to. You can screen snip this, save this, and post this out for future reference and things. So that opened up in a new tab. To go back to classroomscreen.com, click on the previous tab, and there you are. So that's it, just a really quick overview. I encourage you to give this a try, just some nice little classroom management things. Students kind of like having it up in front of the room, as the name implies, classroom screen, and it's just a nice way to keep track of some things and keep students on task. So until next time, this is Tom Grissom. Keep on learning.